ultimately, for me, it didn't reach a place where I was comfortable removing this content from Twitter. But it set off every single one of my finely tuned APT28 hack and leak campaign alarm bells.
So it looked possibly problematic.
Everything about it looked like a hack and leak and smelled like a hack and leak. But it didn't get there for me.
Huh. Interesting. So Yoel Roth, who I don't believe at all. I don't. Welcome back to the program. It's Dana Loesch, the don't believe him curmudgeon. He's the former head of trust and safety at Twitter. He was the guy who was signing off on all this. Now he says it was a mistake. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, it's easy for anybody to... Look, I know that rule. Do it first and then act like you're apologizing later. I know that rule. Come on now. He said the story set off hack and leak alarms. I'm not quite sure why, because the presence of the FBI just all but confirmed it. You know? And he said that the uncertainty over the story, this is such garbage. He said the uncertainty over the story was ultimately what led it to being suppressed for 24 hours. Excuse me? Dude, this was suppressed for so much longer than 24 hours. So much longer than 24 hours. My story that I ran when I got suspended, I was actually not even writing about what was in the laptop. I was writing about social media's reaction to it and the reports of suppression. That's what I was writing about. And because it was New York Post, Hunter Biden laptop adjacent, that's what got me suspended. I didn't even retweet the New York Post tweet originally. I had written about it and then I shared it. It was on Substack. It was on Chapter and Verse. And I shared that link. That was one that was out to all of the subscribers. And I remember y'all's comments on that post too, because I had said the next day, oh my gosh, I got suspended for this piece. And people were like, how is this the piece you got suspended for? That was the tweet that they cited. So when I took screenshots of it and I followed up in a subsequent piece on Substack, but they had that tweet and they were saying it was that tweet that it violated, what did they say? Their hacked materials policy, right? And I had nothing like that in there. Now I did link to the New York Post piece in it because I was writing about how how social media was suppressing this story, and then I had it linked in there. And it was all about social media's reaction. It was the weirdest thing. There was someone who's a friend of mine, and they write over at a tech site, and they were looking at engagement of different tweets. They weren't even talking about the story. I don't even think they linked to it, and they got suspended for that story that they tweeted. That's how crazy this was. So what Yoel Roth is saying here is a lie. He's a liar. I don't believe him, and I don't believe he has any integrity. He was the one who made these decisions. And the fact that he's already trying to say, oh, it was only for 24 hours. Dude, people I would have been permanently suspended for however long if I did not delete the tweet. And then, here's what's funny. Do you remember when they came out with the Twitter fact check thing? What is it? The Twitter fact check, whatever, that they had? When they came out with that, when I tried to apply for it, because I wanted to be a fact checker too, they told me that because of my previous suspension for that New York Post thing, I couldn't do it. So this went way beyond 24 hours. Nobody believes him. And he's like, well, I'd never believed this story should have been censored. But you censored it, though. You did it, and now you're going to... it's all so ridiculous.